Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another game of Axis and Allies. And today I'm in the second round of the Solos tournament. I defeated Skiles, and now I'm playing with Snoopy, who is one of the absolute best in the game, in my opinion at least. Let's see what he has. As you can see, his past rankings, very frequently in the top 10. Super good player, very methodical, extremely good at playing from behind, more so than maybe any player I've seen. So we decided to flip a coin for sides. I got allies, he got Axis, and let's get into the game. So I naturally, first with the buy, I'm just going to go with 4 infantry, 2 tanks, standard buy to threaten a Karelia stack. I personally prefer Axis a little bit more over allies, just because of the high frequency of game-losing Russian 1 starts. If you watch my videos, you probably heard me say this ad nauseum. But the plus side of allies is if you get average dice for the first round, you're usually favored over the Axis. Or that's my take on it, at least. Doing the 12-9, standard stuff. We start with West Russia first, because if we get a really bad West Russia, we want to be a little more aggressive in Ukraine. If we get a really good one, there's a possibility to pull back for a strafe. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Less sweet, but I will take 7 in West Russia all day long. Ukraine is the dicier battle. You kind of fail it, get an untenable result about a quarter of the time. Okay, that's average hits for the first round. Well, he hit a little bit more than he should have. Glad he's not... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, we're in for a hard game. Failing Ukraine just puts you at a horrible position. You're missing out on the income. You allow them to stack their planes on Ukraine. You just kind of hate life. I can't put a fighter here to possibly hit the Germans. So we are in a very disadvantageous position to start out. I might even want to put an extra AA here. No, I don't think I will. Not sending that down, the AA down to India, though it is a little tempting. Well, I just don't think I can stomach it. God, I hate failing Ukraine. Put you at such a bad position. They don't have to risk their fighters on your AA gun. They don't have to risk a tank rush. It just gives Germany so many nice options. You miss out on the money. Just makes their life a lot simpler. And mine a lot harder. Gosh darn it. Well, and especially against good players like Snoopy. If you watched my previous Solos game, I played against an opponent where I got an even worse start, where I lost a fighter in Ukraine, and I still managed to come out, but I can assure you Snoopy will not be making the same tactical errors that my previous opponent made. But alas, it's not over. We're still fighting, and I'll see you guys next time for UK1. Alright, welcome back. It's UK1. Let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So it looks like he didn't decide to tank rush us, thank the heavens. Because when they rush into Ukraine and start gobbling up Russia's early income, it really kind of sucks. So I'm glad that didn't happen. For combat, took the destroyer. Got average in Transjordan. And looks like we had some good fortune in C-Zone 7. That's pretty big, because it means I don't have to risk any of my boats or planes in C-Zone 7. I can bop that transport and I can safely hit C-Zone 7 with a good conscience. So I'm going to do a fleet drop, and I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I'm going to buy a second transport to try to add on a little bit more early pressure onto Germany, because he didn't buy a bomber, and that's my current navy should suffice. Okay, so might as well hit that. That fighter has nothing better to do. We'll save the Russian submarine a trip, or the off chance that I may forget to attack with it and then lose United Kingdom on the very first turn. We'll be taking France, and you might be asking, Blacktide, why are you using that tank? Why don't you pull something from UK, like an infantry? It's gonna die, why not save 3 IPCs? And to answer that question, I have a second transport coming. I don't have enough money to afford a second, infantry to replace it. So to me, the logistical efficiency of having 2 full transports on the second turn outweighs the cost efficiency of using a infantry. And we can pull this poor schmuck from New Zealand who's probably not doing anything anyway. Okay, I think that's about it. Since he did bad in C-Zone 7, I'm not going to do the C-Zone 37 super risky attack like I was originally intending to. I am not using this transport just yet. In case my bomber survives, I can pull back some extra infantry from India to help defend. And we're sending these 2 boats to their deaths because they just take too long to be useful. They're too far away. And they can do something now, even if it's not at a profit. That move always kind of felt bad to me. Like, you're sending 26 IPC to probably kill, goodness, how much is that? 15, it's a 2-to-1, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. Why should I do that? But then I'm like, well, if I have them, they go, to run away, they go 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes 4 turns for them to do anything in the game. And I'd just much rather take out that Japanese transport and slow him down now. Look at that. The bomber lives. Okay. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. Maybe I'll leave some infantry there. Cooking with gas. Okay, I was ready to mope and whine and complain the whole game because of my bad failed Ukraine. But now I think it was a mistake for him to attack Karelia with 6 or more infantry, especially when I have 7. I'm definitely going to hit that. And yeah, I'm going to hit it. And it should be quite IPC positive. I got a fleet with 2 transports up. The bomber gets to live. Life is looking up. Much better than it was at R1. So we got a game on our hand, unless, of course, I get my ass kicked in Karelia. Put that little attack marker to remind me to do it. Infantry going up. I love it when the aircraft carrier survives, because if he doesn't send a battleship, 2 battleships here, I have a 1 in 6 chance of killing one of his boats. And if I kill his destroyer or something, my little nasty submarines will work some magic. All right. That looks to be about it. All right, we can now wait for USA 1 with a spring in our step. Welcome back, it's USA 1, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. He did the 2 transports, fighter, and 2 infantry build, which is a little interesting. That's usually the build I do when I think there might be a kill Japan first, or I want to shore up my naval defenses. Perhaps he decided to do it because he wanted to send 2 battleships here and didn't want to have to keep his planes back. Not 100% sure. So let's take a look at his attacks. So, took the freebie there. No, he did the 2 battleships, that's smart. No losses in Yunnan. Kind of sucks. Oh, he only sent 4 units in there, so looks like he went for the Szechuan attack, so he got pretty lucky there. Burma, no losses. Really, what did he hit Burma with? Did you find it? Yeah, pretty lucky for him so far. And he hit Szechuan. This is kind of a 50-50 fight, and looks like he didn't get lucky. Normally, I think the odds say he should lose everything except for a bomber here. And he got quite unlucky in Anhui and lucky in Buri. So it's kind of a mixed bag. He had 3 really perfect fights and 2 unlucky fights. But overall, I would say this benefits the Allies more, because being able to hit Anhui is so annoying for Japan if we capture it. It means he has to send a tank here. It means he doesn't get this next turn. And if we get a hit back, it means, I mean, he loses the tank and we get to keep the income, further stunting the amount of money that Japan has and burgeoning the Allies' pockets. So pretty good for us. I think I'm going to go with the standard buy here and lock it in. Now the reason I'm buying a destroyer instead of more infantry is because I'm a big fan of going for this Morocco fight here. I plan to hit Karelia. It's really IPC positive. And I want to say, hey, if you want to hit this, I get to keep, I might get one of your precious planes, and I'm definitely going to take Morocco and put some more pressure on him in Africa. I'm going to send 2 infantry for a couple reasons. First, because I don't want to have to defend Kazakh from his tank and fighters. And I really want to capture it, so I'm using both infantry. I think that's about it. What can this bomber hit? That's not too attractive to me. Make sure I set my defense profile to where subs won't submerge anymore. I did that before recording to hopefully save you guys some time. And I think that's all she wrote. I never know if it was right to go, kind of press that C-Zone 13. I mean, if they kill it and you don't even get a plane hit back, then you're like, oh, that sucks. But sometimes it, saves the UK fleet. Okay, perfect. Oh, it's going to be so annoying for him. He has to risk planes now if he wants it. I think I'm going to land the fighter here to help defend Caucasus. Not that he can really hit anything. Let's shore up India. I'm not a big fan of sending the whole fleet down here to to deter India 3, especially since he failed this and he only has 2 transports. His India timing is going to be on the weak side. Normally I send the bomber down here to kind of harass, in the Pacific, but I'm just going to send it, excuse me, to the United Kingdom. And I'm sending these infantry down here for insurance, because I plan to pull back with UK to defend India. Cruiser up so it has a little bit more mobility. Same with this AA gun. Remember, Central United States is just objectively better than Eastern. It can go to more places and be picked up from all the same sea zones. So there's never really any reason to keep them in Eastern United States when Central is an option. I'm moving this sub back here in case he wants to try to block it off and take Alaska. Not super likely because I still have planes in range, but possible. I think we're good. Okay, since we didn't get Ukraine, it's just going to be 2 artillery and more infantry. I prefer the 4 and 4 because it's a little bit more aggressive. And I am most definitely hitting this. This is the reason we do the tank buy, is to threaten this. And since I got 7 infantry instead of the average of 6, it makes it even more attractive. Right? Favorable. Even if it says poor, it's still usually in your favor, according to their calculator. Alright. Don't shoot down my planes. Yes! That was below average, but my plane survived. Ugh. Ugh. That sucked. Do I keep going? Oh man, he hit a lot more than he should have. Can I survive if I retreat back to West Russia? Oh, man. Well, here's the thing. I don't think I can pull back. I think I'm kind of forced in since I got such bad results. I can't really retreat or he's gonna slam me. Ugh. I'm kind of dedicated to the cause. Well, I didn't want to capture this, guys, but retreating it would have been too expensive to retreat. Would have been too expensive to retreat. that was a bottom 28% result when you include you know, after the AA miss, so that was pretty sucky. But we got to deal with it. So, do I attempt to hold West Russia? Can I hold West Russia? Let's quickly run the numbers. He can hit me with 4 infantry, 5 tanks, 5 fighters against 2 AA, 5 infantry, 2 fighters. Not looking great. Those odds don't look good. Yeah. Yeah. Not looking fantastic. Well. It was a pretty bad result, but I guess it could have been worse. I suppose it could always be worse. Yeah, I think I just have to camp out in Caucasus. And there's really not a lot more I can do. I can try to send 2 extra guys down towards India. Maybe I could send the AA because I want to keep some firepower to try to retake. I might need that AA to hold West Russia. I'm just not sure. Well, let's see. If he moves everything here into West Russia, what would it? What would he have? He'd have 4 infantry, 5 tanks, 6 fighters, and a bomber. And what am I producing here? I'm gonna have 6, 10 infantry, 11 infantry, 11 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 fighters. That's not a winning combination. I can't contest it. No matter what I throw in, I can't contest it. Okay, so instead of doing that, I'm going to send an extra infantry up there. Do I want to block? Yeah, send extra infantry up here to possibly contest West Russia, depending on how he moves things. He may not stack this with everything, because he probably is going to want to send his planes after Anhui with his tank, so he can't do both. Well, I suppose he could split them, but this is the best I can come up with. Alright. Really wish I had those extra artillery. Really wish I had those extra artillery. But this is what we got. Welcome back. It's UK2. Let's take a look at what Snoopy has done. He bought a bomber, 8 infantry, a tank, hit France, no losses. West Russia, no losses. Karelia, got an infantry, and he hit Sea Zone 8, which actually kind of surprised me because it was only a 39% chance to clear. It's not what I would consider a wise attack. That's the sort of attack you do when you feel really behind. So I guess Snoopy feels he's not in good shape after what I did with the US. I thought the game equalized a little bit because my Karelia was horrendous. And I may... Yeah, so that was bad. And losing the UK fleet to a 39% clear isn't helping us. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to buy 1 transport, going to place it there, 2 fighters in anticipation of possibly making an aircraft carrier. I was thinking if I should buy 2 transports, but I feel it's a little risky. I'd rather send this boy up here to take Sea Zone 6 because he has no way to retake Norway, have 1 destroyer as a bodyguard, and since he only has 2 planes, he might be a little reluctant to take the trade even when it's IPC positive. So that's the idea. We'll lock it in. And we really don't have a lot of combat to do this turn. Now he can stack Burma. I don't think he will. In fact, I'm almost certain there's no way he will. But he could. Because if he does that, he'd have to leave that vulnerable or skip that attack. It's a little teeny weeny, itsy bitsy greedy to send this guy up to Caucasus, but I think I'm going to take the risk because I believe the odds that he's going to skip this and go for an India attack are very low. Especially with his start. So that's how it's out. Gonna be, yeah, we're behind in attack power. We're not in good shape after that. That was a real kick in the shins. Darn, I was feeling really good about this game until last Russia turn and UK, but we got ourselves a race, huh? All right. At least I have some artillery here to make it a little scarier if he wants to stack that, but I believe he should be able to easily since I didn't conquer. Alright, 30 IPCs. No German territory gracing our hands. Alright, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for USA 2. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I just realized that Windows 11 did this weird thing where my microphone and speaker this entire time has not been on. So, crap. I really hate Windows 11. I just figured I wouldn't have to change anything and it would be okay, but that's not how it is, huh? Okay. Crap. All right. Give me a second. Okay, well, I guess I'll just recap what my thoughts were since I didn't have any of that recorded, which is really obnoxious, but what can you do? Okay, so my thought process was I'm insanely behind. Well, not insane. Was pretty far behind. His tank has killed 4 infantry, no losses. Like, I'm getting the crap beaten out of me. And he got a lucky 39% fleet clear on the UK. My Karelia strafe was wretched. I'm very much behind in this game, and I needed to make something happen. So I took the 42% to clear Northwestern Europe, got great results. Did an air raid to make Russian income a little more available, and that's about the thick of it. So sorry about that. It happens. So next I have to consider he might be planning to land here in Africa. He might be planning to land here in Africa. So I'm going to send a second delegation down in case he hits this and I can't really clear it. I don't really want to, but I think it's the right way to play. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I already have 4 here. I have some UK units. I can always hit whatever's left over with my planes. I shouldn't be too overly defensive here. Regretting that I bought a tank because the sub blocks it off, but it's been bought. The tank's part of the family now, and I guess we can't really eject it just like that. I'll put the fighters here to help put more pressure on Italy with a Medchuck, along with these handsome aircraft carriers. And I think that's about all she wrote. Alright, on to the UK. I need artillery. Probably would like a tank too. Just so I can blitz some of these territories back without having to lose a unit. Not a huge fan of tanks, but it's important to have at least one of them. What are my odds on this stupid tank? This tank has killed so many units. I have a, 36% chance to capture. I don't particularly want to add 2 infantry there. It's a little risk. If he hits and I don't, it will be a sad. Add 5 infantry to that tank's body count. It's a hero tank. And it's still alive. That's the worst part. Man, 100% hitbacks. Back to the grind, huh? Well, this should be enough to hold here. I guess I'll just put the rest in Russia. It's 8, 9, 13. Yeah, that should hold. Sheesh. Can he do a 2-1 attack here on Moscow? That's another thing to consider. That's another thing to consider. Let me quickly punch that into the calculator. I don't think he can, but he has a lot of planes. Six fighters, 2 bombers. %, chance. Okay. Should be good. It's freaking tank! Alright, so we're looking a little bit better after that Northwestern Europe attack. We're still a pretty tight game. We're attack ahead in attack power after our turn, which is pretty normal, but this was a big win, and we needed a big win. So, alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for UK4. Welcome back. It's UK4. Now let's take a look at what Snoopy did. Bought 10 infantry and 2 tanks. It's a little odd that he decided to buy tanks. Is he planning an all-in? I don't think he's that behind. No, he's really not behind at all. My Russia position and UK position are just quite weak. So he took France, lost a unit, took West Russia, lost a unit, so good hitbacks by us, but not terribly impactful. So for this round, I was thinking I need to beef up the amount of units I can drop, so I'm going to get another transport. I'm going to get 5 infantry and a bomber to increase my naval presence. I'm slightly tempted to go fighters instead of bombers, because I'm starting to get a little concerned about holding India. He has a lot of planes, and once these planes get in range, I may struggle to hold it. So, but bombers are good, so there's that counterpoint. Anyway, this is what I'm getting. Not sure if it's the perfect buy, but perfection is ephemeral. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put up post. Yeah, he doesn't do anti-aircraft first. I guess I can get rid of this caution note there. Alright, we'll take that. I want this income. Even if the USA will get it next turn, the UK won't receive that glorious gift if I wait. Fortunately, not a lot of action taking place here. I think that's going to be it. Triple hit. Glad it wasn't a quad hit. Alright, I'll move that there. I'll move this infantry that away in order to discourage a potential Africa attack. I'll have some more planes and units in range for these two blokes. I need to start getting my Finland pressure up. This should be in... Well... Is this enough to discourage him from attacking it? Does he get it with 3 fighters, 2 bombers? It is a little bit of an attractive attack for him. Yeah, that's dicey. I don't know if I can... I don't know if I can hold that. I don't know if I can hold that. Yeah, it's a IPC positive battle for him by 18. And I'm pretty sure he'd take it. Man, that Germany 40... was it 39% fleet wipe that he got is just absolutely crippled my game. It's a huge risk, because if you fail, you know, the game's all but over. But if you succeed, it's a huge swing. It's something usually people do when they think they're far behind. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it. I think I just have to camp out with my units. I mean, I could send them to Africa, but what is that really going to accomplish for me, huh? I'd rather just keep more units here and build up planes, I guess. It's a little bit annoying, but it's not good to give him 81% fleet clear with Japan. And since he'd probably lose 3 fighters and 2 bombers would live, he could land the bombers at a bunch of safe places. They wouldn't be exposed here or there. Damn, well. Really unexciting turn. I just haven't been able to do that much with the UK. It's quite frustrating. Maybe I should have done a suicide bombard. No, I don't even have odds here on France, even if I did that. Oh well. Well, that's it for this turn, and just feels so wrong. Just feels so wrong to do so little. Tight game score-wise, but my concern isn't the attack power. The problem is Russia's just in such a crappy position. They have so much less income and forces than they usually have. You know, since that failed Karelia, I've just been getting pushed around by Germany and missing out on all these territories that I can't contest. So anyway, see you guys next time for USA 4. Welcome back. It's USA 4. Let's take a look at what Snoopy did. Bought 8 infantry, a tank, and a bomber. And he hasn't done anything with that Africa threatening fleet, so I'm thinking that it's looking more and more like he just wants to do a timing kill on Moscow, and he might just get it off, honestly. So I thought what do I need to do to have a chance in this game? I need to push him out of Karelia so I can come to Russia's rescue, because they probably only have 2, maybe 3 turns before they're going to collapse without help. So, for that build, I'm just going to buy 4 infantry, transport, aircraft carrier, fighter, and I'm going to land it there. He technically has, if he sends all his Japanese air, a 58% chance to clear, but I kind of have to give him those odds. I can't just sit back and not help Russia, so we're gonna go for it. Alright, so take the freebie. Normally, I would only hit these each with 1, but in this rare instance, he only has 1 plane, so he's going to have to really commit some units here if he wants to take these 2 infantry out, and I don't want him to lightly commit. I want to force him to commit with a little bit more oomph, if you will. I'm tempted to air raid that, but I don't think that's the right choice. I think I need to put all my fighters here. Jeez Louise, can I even defend Moscow this next turn? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to risk it. Oh yeah, let's see what was this combat. Took Burma, took Kaz, did an air raid, got a fighter, nice. Bombs away. Nice. Alright. Move the aircraft carriers. I do need to put this down here. I can't let him tank blitz it. That's another reason why I said I kind of have to offer him that trade if he wants it. Where do I want this bomber? I certainly don't want it in Caucasus. Let's move these guys up so they can be taken by these transports next turn, should I wish it. This sub here needs to move. Let's move him here. Defends Alaska, has a little bit more attack range. I have the tank and infantry here to contest Alaska, but I don't think he wants to go for Alaska unless it's super free. I think he wants to kill Moscow and just get the game over with, because I've just had a very weak early Russia, and UK had their fleet wiped, and he's doing the right thing, I think. A very intelligent play, and I'll have to see if I can get anything done. Alright, that looks about it. I'm for sure gonna forget that stupid Russian sub. Alright. Russia. Time to just make lots of infantry. I still want some income. I'm taking, this is like a 58% chance to capture. I don't know what this is to capture, but I need to get some income. I can't just sit here. It's going to be 8 IPCs a turn from here on out. That's not going to fly, but we'll see how it goes. Nice. Very nice. Can't complain about perfection. Okay, so next plan is... do I leave one infantry in here? He doesn't have many planes, so he pretty much need to commit. I don't want to give it to him for free, so I will leave one infantry here, which should force some amount of land units to take it back, and maybe I can shuffle it back with UK if I'm fortunate. Oh, almost forgot that stupid sub. Russian sub, I swear, I don't think I've ever done anything useful with the Russian sub. Alright, I wrote a note that he has anti-aircraft dying after infantry. Alright. I actually haven't run the math on if he can kill me this next turn, but I can't play safe. I'm technically ahead on attack power, but my position is pretty crappy. I got to the choke. This is round 5 is, or round 4 and 5 is way too early for a full surround on Moscow, but I've just been beaten down so hard. Man, this game has been a roller coaster. After R1, I'm like, oh, I lost. And then after my USA turn, I said, oh my god, I'm so far ahead. And then the next round, I'm like, oh, I'm so screwed. He wiped my fleet. I got massacred in Karelia. And then I had that really nice Northwestern. This game's a roller coaster. But still, could be won by either player. And I'll see you guys next time for UK 5. Welcome back. It's UK 5, and let's take a look at what Snoopy did. So, bought AA, another tank. Alright, interesting buy that he's buying tanks. Repaired the complex, okay. Combat, killed Italy, no losses. Hit Finland, interesting. Got no losses there, that's nice. And he hit Russia, and it looks like he got a bottom 32% result there. So that is very good for us, because I wasn't completely sure that was what he was going for, because I felt very behind just because of how weak Russia was. So I was a little surprised he went for that. But I got good results, and I'm going to plan my turn accordingly. So I'm going to buy 7 land units and a plane to help reinforce Moscow. So if I ran the numbers, if I kill this, even if I lose the bomber, I now have a like 16% chance to hold, and if I kill this, his numbers get even worse. And that's exactly what I'm doing, because he's probably going to be desperate right now. And so even if it's IPC negative, I want to do whatever I can to, you know, come back to, maybe not come back is maybe not the right word, but to solidify my hold on this game. Because I think I should be well ahead now after that, as long as I don't lose Moscow. I had some other things I was thinking about. I'm like, hey, maybe I could hit C-Zone 5, take Karelia, land in Baltic. And if I did that, he basically has a 99.4% chance to clear my fleet, which at a 34 IPC profit. And I said, you know, I don't think I need to be as desperate and hungry enough to offer him something favorable to that degree. So Yeah, I'm just gonna land it in Finland and try to slow trickle in and not take too many outrageous risks. I'm thinking here, I have a lot more than I probably need here, and I'd like to take that, if I can, just to reduce the number of fighters that can hit India. So not in terms of efficiency, this is not an efficient turn, but in terms of just surviving, I think that's what we need to take home the win. Just survive and stall, even if you make some inefficient trades. Nice. Nice. Not nice, but I'll accept it. Yeah, his odds of capturing are 2.8% now. Okay, let's move everything over a little bit. Let's move that guy to Caucasus. Let's take an AA. Tank. Oops. If we can go to Finland. Do I want the aircraft carrier here to potentially send another fighter over to Moscow? I'm not sure that will be needed, because I'm going to have, if I want to send these 4 US fighters over there, that should be plenty to hold. Now I just need to calculate how safe India is. Where's his destroyer? Nowhere near. Okay. So let's calculate his India odds real quick. He can send 2 infantry. How many aircraft carriers he can send? 2 infantry, 6 fighters, battleship and a cruiser bombard, and I'm gonna have it's like a 15% capture for him. Actually, let me see, land unit die last. It's an 11% capture, and even if he does take it, I can easily take it back. It will cost him a lot. It's a -40 IPC battle, but he's probably very desperate at this point to make something happen, which is why I risked my bombers here, because it was like a 32% chance to capture if I didn't. If I killed one, it's 16%. Now it's like a 2% chance to capture, thereabouts. So that's what I'll do. And suddenly, things are looking up. Maybe I'll add an extra infantry there to discourage a stack here. I have enough artillery here. Guess I can remove that defend C zone 3. It's pretty damn defended. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for USA 5. Welcome back, it's USA 5, and let's take a look what Snoopy did. Bought 8 infantry, 2 fighters, continuing with the high air build. Got Burma no losses, and it looks like he went for that 2.8% chance on Moscow and did not get it. So that makes me give a sigh of relief. That gives us a lot more flexibility. And I don't think he'll be able to have any follow-up that can threaten us. We should be able to take out Kazakh, or at least chip it away with it, with UK. Even if we get 0 hits, as long as the fighter survives, we should. Even if the fighter doesn't survive, I'm going to send some US fighters out there, and should basically be a guaranteed hold. So I'm going to buy 10 infantry, a transport, and a fighter to replace the ones I've lost. Oh. Well, looks like he decided to forfeit. That was a wild game. Wow. Yeah, when I saw that Ukraine loss, I thought the game was over at that point. Like, absolutely over. And, the microphone gain's a little loud. Let me turn that down. Yeah, I thought the game was over. And then I was like, after the first turn, I'm like, wow, his Japan was bad. My USA and UK was good. The game's on again. And then I had that crushing failure in Karelia, and then he wiped my fleet. And I thought the game was over. And yeah, I thought it was over. But, we made some risks, made some comebacks. He went for the kind of 50-50 Moscow capture, and luckily we got good dice there, and we're able to crawl back from the depths of despair. So, absolutely wild game. Good game to my opponent. Snoopy's always a terrifying opponent to play against. But we were lucky enough to cinch out a win. But, I feel like Dice probably played... well, no, I don't know if... Dice obviously played a role, but I think if he didn't go for that 2-1 attack and just stayed back and consolidated his forces for another turn or two, I think I probably would have lost the game, most likely. But who knows? Anyway, that's it for now, and I guess we'll be moving on to round 3 of the solos tournament. So thanks again for everyone watching and all the commenters and new subscribers, and I'll catch you guys next time.